Common Core testing for the Lee County School District could also have some serious repercussions for the students themselves as well. Stephen Teuber, who is challenging Don Armstrong for the District 4 school board seat, explains why more than 2,000 seniors in Lee County could graduate without a diploma. Our team coverage continuing now with 4 in Your Corner's Warren Wright, who caught up with the local attorney who fears that the school board has created a crisis when there doesn't need to be one here. Warren?
Stephen Teuber is against Common Core. He believes it needs to be defeated. He fears, however, that the board's actions could force a showdown, which could give the students the short end of the stick.
So people say, are you going to get behind it? Get behind what? We don't have a plan. Until the state responds, we're not doing anything.
Don Armstrong stood up in the school board chambers wearing a T-shirt that said #boycott as the board voted to opt out of statewide testing standards.
The motion passes 3-2.
I reached out to Armstrong and asked him what's the next step. He declined to be interviewed, but his opponent, Stephen Teuber, worries this was a knee-jerk reaction made without a clear path of what to do next.
And we completely relinquished our control by saying, we're not going to do it, but they don't have another plan.
Teuber explains you need to look at education as a moving train with 4 cars. There are community standards, school curriculum, testing for students, and then evaluation of teachers. Teuber says the board has thrown out the testing component without modifying and improving the curriculum.
So meanwhile, if we continue to go on this way, all of our high school graduates won't graduate with a diploma. Now we're saying, oh, that won't happen. Better hope so. We don't know.
The State Department of Education has yet to respond to the challenge made by the school board last night, and the longer they take, the more it puts the students in jeopardy.
My daughter's in the 8th grade. So if she wants to get into Cambridge or International Baccalaureate for 9th grade, they may say, you don't have 8th grade testing, you can't get in.
Well, Teuber says the best possible plan of action right now at this point is to make sure that the Department of Education and the school board work very closely together so that they can develop a curriculum that reflects the needs of the community, as well as come up with some type of standardized testing that can monitor that. Back to you.
Well, last night's decision has sent the superintendent scrambling, as you might imagine, to put together a plan of action that will meet the needs of students and the goals of the school board. And if that wasn't enough to juggle, she must stay in close contact with the Department of Education and the governor. Now, Warren, you spoke with the governor about this today. What exactly did he have to say?
Well, the governor was in Charlotte County, and Fox 4 News was able to catch up with him. And the governor says he understands how parents are frustrated with the overreach from bureaucrats in Tallahassee and Washington, D.C. He says he's willing to support the school board, but only up to a point.
We clearly all understand we're tired of the federal intrusion in our lives, and this is just another example. But in Florida, we're doing the right thing. We have high standards. Our standards are working. Our students are doing a great job. We have great teachers. You know, we're all trying to understand what Lee County did. I think they'll have to figure out what impact it has. We'll see what impact. I don't know if it's going to impact their students by losing federal funding, but we'll see what impact it has.
So what happens next? Well, the governor kept his answers very straightforward and very simple. He said, we'll just have to wait and see. When they asked him again about whether or not he would use his power to remove any of the school board members from the school board, he just said, we'll have to wait and see. Reporting live in Fort Myers, Warren Wright, Fox 4 in your corner.